How's it going, YouTube? Thank you so much for tuning into yet another video. Today, we actually have a very special car behind me. This is a C7 Z06, and we're gonna get into it a little bit. And what the owner has done is absolutely insane. Nothing like any other C7 Z06. So we're gonna get through it and take it for a little drive. So let's get to it. Obviously, it does not look like a base Z06. So my good friend Calder here is gonna tell us what he has done to the car inside and out, because I'm sure you guys can't even see what he's done in the inside. So what have you done?
As Iman said, I'm Calder McQuinney. I've known this guy for a little while, racing go-karts and such, and this is what's left of a C7 Z06. It's a 2017 3LZ, so it's got carbon ceramics, which was the main thing I wanted out of the 3LZ package. Everything else, I guess, really didn't matter. It almost wound up being a bit of a waste, because everything that comes with the 3LZ wound up getting taken out anyways.
Yeah, so this thing is completely stripped down.
Completely stripped down for the most part. So, I mean, biggest thing that comes straight to you when you see the thing is the giant wing. There's no doubt that that thing is very large. Yeah. So that's usually the first thing people see, and you can see the roll cage in there and the front air dam. So come through the front, you can see the LG oil cooler in the front, and then it's got a DeWitt's 70 mil radiator in the back. I also kind of did something a little ghetto, but it's also got, if you look at the top of the oil cooler up in there, it has nozzles that are connected to the windshield wipers. Get a little too hot, you can hold down the windshield wiper and spray them just for a little extra cooling. That's which funny. Actually is kind of a system that would be really good for Pikes Peak. Yeah. Because when you get up to altitude, you can't rely as much on air cooling.
That's
so
true,
one of the
yeah.
things you can rely on and be consistent with is water cooling. It's a good extra security, and it's going to be good for Pikes Peak.
Yeah. So, under the hood, as you can see, there's a lot of gold and gold plating.
It's a big thing.
And you got Michael Scott over here.
Of course, little bits for the people there. You can still see him through the vent when the hood is closed, so that's pretty fun.
That's funny.
But yeah, so main thing, you can see the DeWitt 70 mil radiator and their upgraded spout fan. That thing pulls really hard. We have a late model racecraft 2.5 gallon expansion tank. So that's 2.5 extra gallons of coolant just for the supercharger alone. So that's a big thing. Another thing, actually, that I just finished up pretty recently is the catch can system. Yeah. Got a dual catch can set up here, which now has AN bungs directly welded to the valve cover, so we can run proper AN lines instead of these flimsy quick connects that really don't flow that much. Yeah. So there's a Nuke competition catch can and a Mighty Mouse catch can, so that when I do get a new cap here, I can recirc and let the dry sump tank breathe as well without having this breather back into the intake. So from that, it's got Cook's 2-inch long soup headers, no cats, and it's got a ceramic coating on it from Cerakote, AFE power intake, stock throttle body, but also an upper pulley.
All right, so going into the interior after explaining the engine, you got a not so basic interior, as you can see. Calder, yeah. Would you like to explain?
So there is a lot going on here. If you want, let's hop in.
Yeah.
And we can take a look here. So
getting in, assuming you have it down, but apparently to other people, like earlier today, someone fell getting out of your car.
That was pretty great.
Yeah.
We went to a car show today and let another fellow Corvette owner get in and out of here, and clearly he didn't have the greatest exit plan, and took a little tumble when he was getting out of the thing. So
do you want to show the guys how it's done?
Yeah, like Ivan said, this is a process I have down, so it's obviously not my first time getting in and out of here.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't have a quick release wheel for the sake of wanting to keep all the factory buttons. Me still being on stock ECU, there's 20 codes I have to clear on the dash every time I start it. So
makes sense.
But yeah, typically grab the corner gusset right here. Slip in there 45.
Hell yeah. What do you have done here?
So, first and foremost, you have the 8-point roll cage built by the guys at Proto Machine, Riley and Mike. Once again, they did a lot of the fab work on this car, but very extensively built for Pikes Peak. Want to be safe. It is 095 wall, 1 3/4 inch Docal R8, so allows us to get a tube drop over 120 DOM. So probably save you around 20 pounds with that. You could definitely feel, holding bars side by side, that the wall drop on this is significant, which the car, even as it sits now, is about 3750. So it's definitely not a light car. It's got a lot of stuff going on. So saving an extra 30 or so pounds just from that is a big deal, because this thing could really use weight reduction. So
Yeah.
it's got FIA bars, kind of has a hybrid door bar, almost looks like a NASCAR bar, but it's a bent X, and then it's got an extra bar that goes to the sill. So that's the biggest thing you'll see. Next thing you'll probably notice is our aluminum bulkhead right here, which we'll get to in the back with our 22-gallon fuel cell that's in the back. We needed to seal that up. So that's one of the next things you'll see. We've got full fire suppression on here. We got a 10-pound Safecraft bottle, which dumps, it's one pull. So there's 2 nozzles in the cockpit. So you can see this guy right here, and I have the same thing basically shooting right at my crotch on this side. So there's 2 just above the headers in the engine bay, which you probably saw. So safest bet's just to put them right over the headers. And then same thing in the back. We have 2 that route right over the fuel cell and right about the vent. So got my pull right here. And actually pretty trick on this side, since I kind of want to street drive the thing a little bit just for fun, just take it to shows or something like that every once in a while. We've got the pull that you need on the outside of the car, but rather than having the pin located outside, the safety pin is actually still located inside. So if some jackass wants to come pull my fire system while I'm not watching, he can't do it. This is an MGW stock knob. It feels really good compared to the stock shifter. One thing too that's interesting that a lot of people complain about with manual Zs is when you put it in first, say you're like backing out of a driveway, for whatever reason, it just pops out of first. Sometimes it grinds a gear. It doesn't matter how hard you push this thing in. It would just pop out. And I don't know exactly why, but the MGW seems to solve it for a lot of people. So between feel and solving issues like that, to me, getting a short throw shifter is an absolute must in this car. This is a Sparco Pro Racer XL for the driver, and then a Sparco Evo 2 on this side. A little bit easier for the passengers to get in and out of that one. So I say Sparco. This is a Recaro Pro Racer. Excuse me. So it is nice and snug. This car is actually really hard. So with headroom, you can see. I take my hat off. We have a decent amount of headroom now. It came with competition seats. I could lean them all the way back, and I could be all the way down and pushed all the way back, and my helmet would still touch the roof. It came with a transparent roof, so clearance was obviously a big issue. You can't be on a track pushing a car really hard and your head's touching the roof. So we have a K-Tech carbon fiber roof skin. So it gets rid of all your upholstery that might be on the inside, and it's just a very thin, lightweight shell. So it's now hard mounted. It's no longer a target top. Also cut the whole B-pillar structure out of the car. That allowed us to, instead of putting the main hoop under what was there, which would push it down like 2 inches almost, it allowed us to push the hoop back and up. So it gave me room to get away from the steering wheel because I am 6'2", 6'3", so getting away was a huge deal. It also allowed us to lean the seat back. But now you can see in driver's position, I have hefty room. So that was a huge thing. Cutting the B-pillar out of this car was the only reason that a cage made any sense at all.
Let's get to the back and show the people we got back there too.
Let's do it.
All right guys, so now that we're at the back, I did want to mention that he did have a APR diffuser and this huge APR custom rear spoiler. And did you want to tell us about it and how you got it?
It is a very large wing. It's 76 wide and is their dual element. Not their biggest wing, believe it or not, but it is very large. Dual element adjustment, so I can adjust here on the end plate and I can loosen these nuts and you can change the angle of attack within a matter of seconds, really.
I do like how you painted this blue. I do like that.
It is actually just a sticker. You can kind of
really?
You can see where it's peeling off a little bit.
Okay, there we go.
And you can kind of see the little checkers that didn't hold up so well there, but
I do like that.
A lot of APR parts on this car, like Iman said, it's the APR Gen 2 or V2 carbon fiber diffuser, and it's got an under tray. Big thing is that it's got a tray under the mufflers. So the floor of the car is pretty dang flat, but by the time you get to the back and get to the back diffuser, you obviously have a flat face of the muffler that air wants to hit and is not so drag friendly. So in my eyes, this is well worth it. Even though it's not a proper diffuser and probably isn't giving you downforce, it is at least cleaning up the underbelly of your car. You can see swung neck mount, but as it comes through the back, you don't want to run the stock or the OEM style like wickered spoiler in the back, because if you had a spoiler here, what are you doing? I
Yeah.
see a lot of guys do that, and it's super jank. So don't be that guy. Don't do that with your Corvette. Don't put a wing on a car you don't track. I put this wing on this car because I actually use it. So, but moving along, everyone can see the ATL Racing 22-gallon fuel cell on the back.
This thing's crazy.
It has dual Aeromotive 340 lift pump and a surge tank pump. Car will never see E. It's only going to run on 100 octane. Who knows, maybe if racetracks make E more available in the future, we'll get there. But so 22-gallon fuel cell. We got the fill on the side, and it is capable of running a quick fill. You can see the giant vent. This whole side over here, the right side's the vent. This whole side over here is just a vent for the tank. So if you were to just swap out your standard fill over there to a quick fill, you'd have no issues. And the wing and the fuel cell are both braced to the roll cage in the back.
Damn.
You can see it was a hell of a job we had to cut through. It's like this, I don't know if it's FRP or FRC. It's like this plastic composite body that GM used for the Corvettes, which is pretty light, granted, with the aluminum frame of the car. It makes roll cages a bitch, right? Because you can't weld the steel to aluminum. You don't want to weld aluminum in the first place. So it kind of really was a pain. And we've got our Jersey coilovers here too as well. We have
not your typical look behind a Corvette.
No, it's really not. But these are, I'm running JRZ Motorsport 11 series, so they're double adjustable, which is really nice. The stock Corvette comes with leaf springs. Really a truck when you go on track with them.
Well, yeah, guys, that's everything that he has done to the car. Obviously, if we keep talking, then the whole video is going to be about what the car is going to be about. I'm sure you guys want to hear this car and see how it drives, so we'll get to it. Alright guys, so now we're in the car. We're gonna give you a drive inside the car and how it's like, and then we're gonna switch, and then I'm gonna tell you guys how it's like according to my expertise on driving cars.
And I'll shit my pants because no one's ever driven this the way it is.
Really?
So riding passenger would be interesting for me.
I'm a lucky guy. The startup is so nice.
It is smooth. I mean, everything's stock.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I changed a whole bunch of stuff. Just beefed up a little.
Yeah.
Still got AC and of course factory mufflers. That's the way to go on this car.
Yeah.
With the factory valves. So if I still want to make it quiet, I can. I don't know if it's gonna come up on video, but yeah, no, it's just all clutch noise.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. Yeah, you can for sure hear it.
you can definitely hear clutch noise. It's a RPS triple carbon, and they're lightweight flywheel, but also on LG's solid motor and trans mounts.
Yeah. I never realized how loud it is in here.
It's really loud in here.
Yeah.
The factory carpet in the car, not only is it heavy, but there's a lot of sound deadening material.
Jeez.
Drives close enough to stock. Clutch isn't that hard to drive. It's not stock, but
I smell the gas in here.
oh yeah. Even with windows up, exhausted, quiet, it's still pretty loud in here.
That is.
And it starts to, when you roll the windows up, it starts to smell like gas really quickly.
Yeah, I'm starting to suffocate a little bit.
Yeah, it's not, you don't want to keep windows up very long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we could do like a little crack so we can at least hear us talk.
No, for sure.
Still got active rep match too, which is really nice. For those that don't know, I can flick. That's why a manual has a paddle. So, like, you can see my leg, I'm not touching the gas, but I can just... I didn't touch the gas at all.
Those crackles too.
It does pop nice.
We're like all over the place.
A little bit.
Especially because that guy came over in our lane.
Almost got fucking clobbered.
Yeah.
Kind of crap myself there. Super floaty on this road.
Yeah, I can feel it. God damn.
Yeah, it's got I won't tell you my exact number, but I mean, very stiff springs in this car.
Yeah.
So it's not super bump friendly, that's for sure. This car does not like to shift slow.
I can feel that, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you don't shift like really hard and the RPM drops too fast with the lightweight flywheel, it bucks you pretty hard.
Yeah. And the ECU doesn't hold the RPM for you anymore.
With rev match, it does actually.
Oh, it does. Okay.
It doesn't just hold it there. It kind of like blips a little. After it blips twice, if you still haven't engaged the clutch, then it just gives up. Thinks you're just trying to have the clutch in. But yeah, it still works. Ooh, Mustang boy. Someone you affiliate with?
Old school GT 350. Nice. Alright guys, so now we switched. As you can see, I'm a lot shorter than him.
He got so scared. He was like, I don't know if I want to drive this. I'm so short.
Yeah.
I can't see.
I can't see for sure. Now we're doing the 5-point or
6-point harnesses.
6-point harness.
Yep, 6-point.
Yeah. And
Oh, you
did
got
it
it
backwards.
You got a cockeyed there, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Got the other one.
Alright, so
can I move this?
yeah, that's fine.
I can barely reach the clutch, guys. So this is gonna be funny.
Okay.
We're good, guys.
So
We're good.
fuel pump, which is bottom switch. So under the HUD.
There you go.
Yep.
Fuel pump, and then that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Start the car.
Oh shit! I put it in quiet. Hang on. Gotta fix that.
Yeah. I feel like a noob driving this, but it's okay. Barely reached this clutch.
There you go. Not too bad.
Not bad. I feel like a midget driving this thing.
Shifter feels pretty good, huh?
Oh, it feels good.
That's a combo between the MGW and the solid mounts. Because I had the MGW, that was like one of the first things I did. So
Yeah.
the MGW helped a lot, but then when you do the solid mounts, it's just a way more solid feeling.
Gotcha. And I have to have rev match on because I can barely reach the pedals myself.
If you go straight here, you can get a bit of a run.
Oh, well, okay. So far, with Calder and everything that he's done with the car, and apart from me barely reaching the pedals and being this short in the car, this car is very comfortable. I mean, these coilovers feel stock, and it's like, I can't imagine how stiff you can even make these, but it must be pretty drastic feeling.
I mean, okay, comfortable is a relative term, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you have gas smell, your eyes burn, it's loud, but yeah, as far as the shocks go, the JRZ shocks are really comfortable. With really stiff springs, they are really comfortable.
And like we cornered before when you were driving, we cornered that little turn pretty good, and it felt like,
yeah, you know, around the corner, like 45 miles an hour. You know, we don't speed here.
I just felt like the center of gravity is just
just feels really planted.
Yeah,
you know,
really
kind of like a Honda.
Yeah.
Seats are really comfy too, honestly.
No, they are.
It's money well spent. There's a reason why you buy expensive race seats. One, for safety, but two, you don't want to be in a car for a long time with a seat that just absolutely destroys your back.
Yeah. And I'm telling you guys, C7 Corvette is just, especially the Z06, is the best bang for your buck. As far, I know I mentioned it in the Mustang before, but for the amount of performance you're getting, pretty much supercar territory, this is the best bang for your buck. I mean, you get carbon ceramic brakes, the aero on the car is immaculate, and all these sort of things come into play, and you have all these stuff like cylinder deactivation and all these kind of stuff. all this tech, and it's just like, it's just so worth it. And sometimes, and because this car comes supercharged, it's sometimes worth it to pay the extra dollar to give you the head start that you want. So yeah,
I'd say it's totally worth it. I was originally gonna buy a Mustang. I mean, don't get me wrong, like there's a lot that's not desirable about the car and things you have to fix right away if you're gonna track it.
yeah,
But it is still a lot of car that you're getting for the money, no doubt. Because even factory, it corners well. It's got a lot of roll, but it corners well. It's got the sound everybody wants.
for sure.
And a crap ton of power.
And you have Valvetronic exhaust, which you can't.
That's
go
the
wrong
biggest
with that.
thing.
Yeah.
You really need that. Go right at the light.
Okay.
And then we got that whole stretch, you know?
Yeah. And the rev match in this car is crazy.
Even with the flywheel, the aftermarket flywheel, it still works perfect.
For sure.
Still works perfect. And as far as like on track, I'm not sure an auto would be any faster. Because the control you have with a manual in a corner is really good.
Is it?
If it's, okay, like let's say if you got a track with a lot of straights, we'll say auto is faster. But otherwise, I think a lot of corners, manual would be faster.
My bad. I was trying to slip the clutch, but I'm like, fuck it, just. Even hitting it in third gear, like back there, that was like, it still felt like my car at like higher
hard.
RPM. Yeah. Oh my god.
And it keeps pulling all the way to redline. OEM unit, the 1.7 liter supercharger. It's small.
For sure.
It runs out like a Magnuson, like a 2650 or a Whipple or something would definitely pull harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that car honking at us?
Apparently that Challenger owner didn't like us.
Oh, alright.
He just laid on the horn for like 10 seconds.
But yeah, like this has from third gear 3,000 RPM.
That's plenty of pull.
Jeez. Just want to see if there's no cops.
You're good.
Yeah. Alright. I can see what you mean by floaty
Oh yeah.
when you brake.
That's what I was telling him. I'm not sure if we got it on camera yet, not.
Yeah.
But the car is sprung to have a giant splitter on it. So obviously I still have the wing, can't drive the splitter on the street. So when you have such stiff springs and you load the back, like you should, as soon as you unload the back and it pops up, and the front's super stiff,
Yeah.
it kind of is a little interesting. It's very floaty.
Yeah, that's hopefully I didn't scare you there.
No, I mean, I'm used to it.
Yeah. Clutch is, yeah, like you said, it is a triple disc, which is
Carbon triple from RPS,
yeah, not the most forgiving clutches, but it's still manageable in the street.
I think it's totally manageable.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. Like getting in and out of like a driveway or like a trailer or something like that, it's really not that bad.
No, you can slip it for sure, but just you don't want it to slip too long.
Yeah, no, you don't want to beat it that hard.
Especially because if you're this short, then it's kind of fun. Yeah, this thing is...
Go to first.
there you go.
Downshifts sound great in this car.
I'm peanut butter and jealous.
Oh,
I stalled
you
it.
better hurry.
We'll cut that out.
No, you gotta leave it.
Oh my
You can't
god.
cut that out.
Every time I go on the brakes, it like one and veer is to the left.
Yeah. It's on, and then just floor it.
What the? That is retarded.
It isn't a little ridiculous.
That is just like the fun button.
It's the ball eagle button.
Yeah, holy shit. There you have it, guys. That is the review of this 2017 C7 Z06 built by my good friend Calder over here. It's been a long time. You can check him out at McWhinney Racing to keep up to date on his build and also his racing career. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.